Hello guys, good morning from Gangtok. This is Anib Rahman from Travel with Anib.
G'day guys, this is Ray from Travel Movement.
So now we're in a hostel. We just left our hotel before we going to Yamthang and Lachung. So our hotel was booked. That's why we find a hostel, and I learned this from Ray. So this is a beautiful, very beautiful hostel. I didn't been in any hostel in my whole life, entire
First time
life.
hostel.
First time
Yeah.
hostel, but I liked it very much. And I'm talking in English because this is the hostel preferred foreigners most of the time. So maybe there are many foreigners will watch this. That's why I prefer English in this video. So I would like to hear from you that how do you know those things about hostels and accommodation? Can you tell us an audience about the hostel and accommodation?
Yeah, for sure.
In cheap price?
So there are many different forms of accommodation for travelers. Of course, if you're going to be traveling, a lot of the time the main priority for you is you want to have a budget, right? You want to be smart with your money because the money you pay on your accommodation is now going to determine the money that you have for food, for travel experiences, for transport, all the other really important components of travel. So one of the best ways to save on your travels is actually by staying in hostels, where we're staying today. For me, I've been staying in hostels for years now, since I've been backpacking. And the reason why I always come back to hostels is for a couple of main reasons. One, the price. They're always, not always, but for the vast majority of instances, they're going to be a lot cheaper and more affordable for you to stay in a hostel versus staying in a hotel. Sometimes cheaper than some other accommodations in the middle of the city. And that's number two as well, is the location. The proximity to tourist sites, or depending on what you're interested in, maybe good food places or beautiful scenery. Hostels are usually located quite centrally to these nice areas. Sometimes they're in different areas that are a little bit harder to get to, but it makes for a more local experience. For example, today we're staying in a hostel which is a little bit further away from town, but the view itself is beautiful. We have an awesome panorama of the mountainside.
Awesome.
The weather is awesome and sunny, it's quiet. There's a couple of people staying here, so we're making some contacts, we're talking to locals. So you have pros and cons of both. And then, of course, number three is you get to meet people. For example, people like Anip and I are staying in hostels, we're looking to talk to other foreigners, locals, to understand
I would like to add one point here. When we went to Lachung, we just required foreigners to go there because we are not allowed to share jeep with Indians. So we need foreigners. In whole day, I and one of my friends Sikkim searching for foreigners, but we didn't get. We get at the end of the day, around 10, I guess. And then in the morning, I met Ray. So it's very difficult to find foreigners outside and talk to them. In hostel, it is very easier. You can
They're
find
everywhere.
Everywhere. Yeah, you can find foreigners here, and you can talk with them. If they want to go there, you can go with them. So it will be more easier. It will be more cheap, and the food quality in breakfast is very good.
very tasty.
Yeah, very tasty. And I guess accommodation is the expensive part of travel.
It's one of the biggest expenses.
For travel. If you are planning to travel for a long time, you must take hostel because it's very cheap. What do you think?
I agree. For the vast majority of instances, my accommodation is hostels. Again, as you said, it's cheap. It's much more budget conscious for you. The location is good. You can get easily to the places you need to get to explore the area that you're in, to understand the local culture, to eat good food, all these sort of things. Also, the contacts that you make in the hostel is incredibly valuable because you will get to talk to locals that run the hostel. You'll get to meet other foreigners. In this instance, as Anib mentioned, there are a lot of restrictions to travel in Sikkim, so you need to find foreigners to travel with.
Yeah.
If we met in a hostel, this would be so much easier, right?
Yeah.
But we weren't staying in hostels at the time, so we hadn't met, and it was a lot harder to find foreigners. But if you stay in a hostel, you get to meet other locals, you get to meet foreigners, you get to talk about different experiences, you make friends. And I always find in hostels, wherever you go around the world, whether it's India or Poland or Australia or America, you know, somewhere in Africa or Asia, you always connect much quicker and much easier with other backpackers because you're kind of on the same wavelength in terms of mentality.
Would you like to share your travel experience, or how many days you have been traveling, and your future plan about that?
Yeah, for sure. So this is week 5 right now for me. So I quit my job about 5 weeks ago in Australia, and now I'm just backpacking with no end date, so it's a one-way ticket. So I've done India for 5 weeks, and in a few days I'm going to Hungary. So I'm going to Budapest, and then I'm going to Prague to see some of my friends in Prague in Czech Republic. Then I see some family in Poland, so I go north, and then east into Ukraine, Romania and Bulgaria, because I want to see Eastern Europe. And then during the end of the year, I think I'll work during winter at a ski season. So maybe in Switzerland or France or Austria, I'll try and find some work, save some money, work on the website. And then next year, Spain, Portugal, the UK.
And what about Bangladesh?
And Bangladesh, end of next year. That's what I'm planning.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe Nepal, a little bit of India, and then Bangladesh. So
Okay, so Bangladeshi
that's the
people,
plan.
you'll see very soon, I guess.
And maybe I'll be doing a vlog. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
You should start vlogging.
I think I will. There's, you know, a lot of good tips that you're providing everybody that I think I can share with everyone.
Yeah, I already told you that you have a sense.
Yeah,
Sense,
thank you.
instant sense that a vlogger need.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So you have that sense, so you definitely should try it.
Yeah, absolutely. And one last thing, guys. I have a travel website, travelmovement.com.
Yes.
In the description below, Anib will include it. I have a guide on accommodation. So it covers everything that a traveler or a backpacker should know about accommodation. So the types of accommodation options you have, a list of good resources, you know, also pros and cons of different accommodations, and then links that you can book different accommodation sites. So you'll be able to understand what hostels are like, Airbnb options, hotels, you know, different weird accommodation types like mountain huts or somewhere in a jungle, you know, so there's a lot of information there. So if you want to check it out, you'll have a lot of
And hostel is very cheap. I think, what is the approximate price of hostels in India?
In India, it is so cheap. Like it's actually the cheapest I've had anywhere in the world. So before Sikkim's a little bit more expensive for hostels because it's quite far away.
Yeah.
But on average,
it in the mountain.
Yeah. On average, you're going to spend around 200 to 400 rupees.
Only.
Yeah, per night. So that in Australian dollars, 200 rupees is like $4. So $4 to $6.
And in Bangladesh, maybe it's around 300 থেকে 400 টাকা. 300 to 400 or 500 টাকা.
Yeah.
So it's very cheap. So you can definitely should try.
Yeah, so it's a great way to save and to meet awesome people like Anib and all these other people that we're meeting in the hostel. So yeah.
So I'll show you the hostel, how our hostel is, everything, the room, the kitchen, everything. So let's see, guys. Bye bye.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So you can see here the owner himself is a cook, and he do everything, each and everything.
Hello.
What's your name?
Nipun.
Nipun. Nice. So I'll show you the outside. It's really a beautiful and peaceful area. It's on the hill. Sakib.
Hello.
Hanif, how is the breakfast?
It's awesome, man. Look at the place where we are sitting.
Wow, it's mountain.
It's a nice sunny morning and we are having our breakfast in this nice quiet environment. It's really nice, man. I appreciate that.
And what about taste?
And the taste is good. We have bread, we have egg, we have juice. So what else do you need? Thanks, man.
Okay.
So guys, he's our hostel owner.
Hi.
So let's introduce your hostel.
Hi everyone, my name is Sumiran Adhikari and this is my hostel in Gangtok town. It's a very beautiful hostel. It's called the Backpackers Den. You can go check it out on Facebook or Google or Instagram and just feel like home here.
Yeah, I like that hostel very much. It's my first
Thank you
experience
so
in
much.
a hostel. I didn't take any hostel before. This is my really
Yes.
first time, and I really like it.
Yes.
And the mountains just beside the hostel.
It's
really
amazing.
good.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Can you tell us some benefits of hostel?
So basically hostel is for random backpackers, where you don't sort out your plan before and where you just decide that you want to go somewhere and then just pack your bag and just run. So
Yeah.
hostels are generally very cheap in nature. So you can get all the facilities like you have free laundry, you have free water supply. Also the best thing about hostels is that you get to meet people from all over the world.
Yeah.
It's not like hostel where you have, it's not like a hotel where you just sit in your room and just go out and then come back. So this is like a general place where you go and chill out with friends, you meet new people, you click pics. So this is the general idea of a hostel. It's cheap, it's affordable, and it's more fun. It's social. You can play games, you can do anything you want.
Yeah, actually, I saw a badminton court.
Yes, we
right
played
there.
for a while. It was
Yeah,
very tiring.
yeah. That was a good game.
Yeah, thank you.
And I lose first time, and second time with another guy I
He won.
So there are many different kinds of people all over the world. There people come here in different kinds of hostel and they stay. You don't have to worry about anything. He give you free breakfast and free laundry and etc. all those things. So it's really good, and you will get to know many peoples, many unknown peoples, many different countries people. So you will get yourself enjoyable. So you should definitely have a try.
Yes. Hostels are the best thing to do. It's very cheap. You can come with your friends. You can book the whole place, even if you're short of money. So we take care that you, because we are travelers. I travel myself. I've been to most of India and abroad as well. So what I think when I'm traveling is I need to travel as much low budget I can use.
Yeah,
So it's very cheap. You can hire the kitchen. See, whenever you go outside, you have to eat something, and it gets expensive. So in rather hostels, what you can do is you can yourself go to the kitchen and cook like a good breakfast for yourself. It's cheap. You can buy bread for like $20, and then you can buy egg for like $10. So it's
Yeah.
very convenient for travelers like you and me. So always prefer for a hostel. That's what I'd say.
Okay, that's really good to hear. And there's a very nice kitchen right there.
Yes.
So you can cook anything. And this guy is very helpful.
Thank you,
very
thank
helpful.
you,
And
thank
he's very friendly. You can play games with him. You can do whatever, and you can have guidance from him because
Yeah.
he's a local. He's a local from Gangtok. He knows everything. If you wanna hire a car, hire a taxi or jeep, or you wanna go
Just
Yamhang
hiking in
Lashun,
general, yes.
yeah, whatever you wanna do, he'll give you suggestion. And the different people you meet here, they will give you different suggestions. So it will work for you. So I think hostel is more cheap. It's just 600 because in Gangtok it's quite expensive.
Yes,
Accommodation
because
is quite
it's season
expensive
as well. Tourism is very expensive.
But in different places in India, hostels are more cheap. I think 200 or 300.
Yes.
But in Gangtok, accommodation is very high, expensive.
Especially in
So,
Sikkim, it's quite high.
yeah. So you should definitely try and check out his
Backpackers, Den Gangtok, come. Feel like home. You'll enjoy. Trust me.
Yeah, I'll put his number in my description. Thank you, guys.
Thank you guys. See you soon.
Welcome guys, Backpacker Deals Hostel. You can see here the badminton court over there. You can play here, and this is the entrance. This is the little bit reception area, and
Here you can see the map. It's interesting. You can play badminton. So
it's the living area for
yeah.
guests.
Or maybe the backpackers can sit here and take some rest. Those are the rooms. So,
And
Sakib,
go upstairs.
please show us.
Yes, upstairs.
Okay, let's go.
So here is a beautiful room. You can see the double bedded. It's a nice room, nice clean room.
Yeah,
Get
because
pillow.
because it's a new hostel, so everything is clean and perfect.
You will get nice comfortable pillow and as well
Yeah,
fresh bed.
six members in a room.
Yes.
So nice, and let's see the view.
The beautiful balcony.
Yeah, you can take rest here, and this is the view from a room. It's really beautiful, man. So can you please show us upstairs?
Big mirror.
Yeah, it's a big mirror. Wow.
Here is a cabinet. You can keep your clothes
Yeah.
inside. And here also nice washroom.
Yeah, very clean. And I think it's almost non-use. Just see. Because they just started 2 weeks before.
Yes.
And here is
boys.
yeah.
Good.
Let's come upstairs. Let's come upstairs. So this is the view.
And this is the third floor. You can see the nice kitchen area and another living space.
Right there is a kitchen. Here you can hear some music.
And another
This is the
living space.
sitting arrangement.
And the mini restaurant. Nice restaurant.
Yeah, there's a mini restaurant. And the decoration is very nice.
What are you doing?
Good, man. Good. Halfway. Always so much work, right?
So where is the
Nice
view?
great thing. I appreciate that.
Yeah? Yeah, you gotta get through it, right?
Yeah.
Even,
Hyper note is so important.
I know.
It works.
It works. Even when I'm
Yeah.
So guys, thank you. This is hostel and it's a very beautiful, I guess. See the frame?
Yeah. Blah 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 blah.
Yeah, blah 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 blah.